Welcome to Moms on the Rocks podcast, where we're two friends trying to be not just moms while careering, carpooling, and cocktailing. I'm Carrie from Sip and Shine Podcast.
And I'm Jodie from RealiTV Podcast. And today we're here just chilling out. Carrie, how are you doing? Better than last week?
I am. I was trying to do that opening. I feel like I either sound like a newscaster or like a sex worker.
Ooh.
I don't know what I was going for there. I think I need
both
to.
Of them are very fine. Both of them are very fine professions.
I feel like when I'm doing it and I try to have the right pronunciation on my words, I don't know if I'm making faces while I do it or what I'm, I don't know if I sound too flamboyant or too, am I too extra?
No, I love it. I love it. So let me ask you, I'm just going to go right into it because this has been gnawing away at me. What the hell do you feed your kids for dinner? Because I swear to God, there are maybe 1.5 meals that mine will eat, and I am about to pull my hair out.
Kieran will eat anything.
Lucky.
I think just about anything. He's not crazy on Asian food. McKenna will eat steak, chicken, pasta. Doesn't like veggies. And then Bailey will eat, and they love fish. All three, they'll all eat fish. And then Bailey loves sushi. Bailey will try anything.
Really?
Yeah. You got to get that book, Gregory the Terrible Eater.
Oh, girl, I have tried everything. I've tried, like, the Ellen Satter is this world famous picky eater, nutritional eater thing. Oh, I have been through the freaking ringer, and it is so hard when you have picky kids. And maybe mine are beyond picky, but geez, it is so freaking hard.
I was really picky.
Are you still picky now?
No, but it's taken me, I didn't eat steak until I was 37 years old. I didn't try chicken until I was 37. So their palate might be just like late bloomers like mine.
Oh my God. I tell Charlie all the time, I'm like, what are you going to do when you go on a date? Say like, oh, we can only go McDonald's and I'm only going to get the Mighty Kids 6-piece meal. I mean,
as long as you're not giving them candy, like the doctors used to tell me, they'll eat what they need. As long as you're not giving them unhealthy food and you're just making the right, fruit or whatever. But I was always told don't stress about it. And now my kids eat more of a selection than I do.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, I'm just going to stress about it then. Now that makes me more worried.
Not only that, but you know what did help? When we went to Disney, to Epcot, and we went and did the Around the World, the kids thought that I used to disguise a lot of the foods as characters. Like even at home, like we would have Dora fish sticks, like there were tacos were Dora. And Nemo, we used to have Nemo sticks.
You are so racist. Are the tacos Dora because she's Mexican?
No,
Carrie.
But Dora helped them eat tacos. No, but they would eat the tacos, and then we would have Nemo sticks. But now I look back on it, I'm like, were the kids thinking that they were eating Nemo? But I used to disguise a lot of the foods as like characters they knew. And then when we went to Disney, they were so into Disney and Mickey Mouse and all the different stuff that comes with Disney, that they tried a lot more stuff when we were down there too, because they have the different cuisines around the world. And then when we went to Africa, they had the African buffets and all that. So the kids tried a lot of stuff thinking that they were cooperating with Mickey.
Oh, that's cute. See, mine would look at me and be like, bitch, I know I'm not eating some plantains. Who the hell do you think you're kidding?
Yeah. If all else fails, give them some. And by the way, Tony wanted some MF and tacos too. Okay. It's not just me.
Or are we not swearing on this podcast?
I think we are. I think I swore enough on the another episode that I was trying to make up for it on this one.
Like, oh, shoot. They always come out of, Tony on Sister Wives.
Like, he wanted 4,000 tacos. I can tell my kids Dora likes tacos, too.
And Tres Leches cake. He loved that damn Tres Leches and the street tacos. Although I can't blame him. I mean, a good carne asada. Oh, yum.
So what was I going to tell you? Oh, I lost
how my parenting sucks because I have big eaters.
Oh, if all else fails, bribe. I'm all about a little bribery.
Oh my God, I tried everything. You have no idea.
Like
taking the iPad away,
bites,
rewarding.
three more bites, or you can get, nothing like that.
Oh, no, they won't do it.
We have a rule in our family that you have to try it once. If you try it once, then it won't bother you. That's what our deal is. We always have that rule. All the kids just know it now. They're like, I know, I got to try it once. And meanwhile, their mom is like the biggest hypocrite because I don't even like any of the stuff I make them try.
Yeah, mostly with my younger one, with Charlie, he will, if he has to take a bite, like he will gag and make himself throw up or near throw up. It is, oh
is
my
he
God,
really dramatic?
Oh, he can be. For some weird reason today, I don't know if he's overtired because they kind of had they call it Explore More Day, but it's kind of like a field day kind of a thing. And he came down and he started saying that he only had, in his closet, he only had 2 more pairs of underwear that were clean. And he started getting like choked up and emotional about the laundry. And I'm like, dude, do you understand? I basically live in the washing machine. Like, you will have clean laundry. He just got worked up. I think there's just certain things that he just, I don't know. But yeah, he can be very dramatic, but he's just something a little sensitive. I'm totally like that mom that's like, my little baby boy. Like, I can't help it.
I don't know if you're talking to a dog or your son.
Oh, I still call him like my little Googie bear. I'm like, come here, my little Googie, my little squishy tushy, my little like bubble butt.
That's what I do with Bailey. Bailey has a little bubble butt. I saw her today because I was running around trying to buy bathing suits for, we kind of got invited to like a last minute sleepover thing. And she needed a bathing suit and she wanted me to get her board shorts. I'm like shopping in the men's section. I'm like, this is ridiculous. She's like a slip. She's not going to fit in this. So I told her she's going to have to suck it up. But, I mean, I got her like little shorts, but not board shorts. Because if I left it up to her, she would wear like all black every day. I told her today, even don't wear your freaking red coat and look like a freaking weirdo. Because she wears like a red trench coat. And I'm like, you gotta like lay off that. Like, you don't know the message you're sending.
Wait, a red trench coat is just all black underneath?
Because she thinks she looks like, she thinks she looks like Sherlock Holmes, like Charlotte Holmes or whatever, like this book. It like she gets, I'm like, no, you don't. You look like I got to check your social media to make sure you're not making like threats against the school.
Oh, see, I'm picturing like a very chic, like Parisian. No, not quite what she has going on.
No, I just asked Mike for wine and he brings me up water with ice.
Oh, that's some fighting. I was going to say fighting words, but that's some passive aggressiveness.
I guess he's making sure I'm running today.
Wow. Michael.
Oh, that's so funny.
No loving for Michael tonight.
I know. So I saw Bailey and I swear, like, Pat does not get it together with some of their outfits. Like, I make sure I pick out their outfits every day before I leave, and I leave them 2 options. I even do that sometimes with Kieran. I don't care. I sound like a helicopter parent, but the moment they walk out that door, they're a reflection of us. She's wearing her soccer shorts from her old soccer league with, like, a tie-dye t-shirt that's, like, says, like, toes in the sand or mermaid hair or something. Like, but they're, like, bright blue with yellow trim and the t-shirt's pink.
But she doesn't care?
No, she's just like, I ran out of shorts. I said, no, you didn't. Because I picked out all their outfits and I sent them over there because I keep organized with the clothes. Because Pat's house will have like 3 weeks of laundry built up. And I finally am like, just give me their laundry. Because he'll be like, I don't have enough clothes for them over here. I'm like, yeah, because you got to do the laundry.
You are the best ex-wife ever.
Oh, let me tell you today, we have to have power of attorneys at work. And I sent him my family care package months ago and said, just copy this. It's dummy proof. Just copy it. Right? Didn't do what he's supposed to do. So he keeps getting warnings. He's not in compliance. And then he's like, well, the link you sent me doesn't work for the power. Yes. I said, yes, it does. Like, so I'm trying to walk through it. And he's like, well, I got to go to a meeting. I know what he was doing. He's trying to get me to do it. So what do? Of course I do it.
Right.
And now I'm like, oh, it's waiting for you at the JAG. You just have to go pick them up now.
It's just like with kids, right? And
yeah, because
you want to clean up, it's easier for you to do it.
Exactly.
But I've my mom she wasn't like filthy messy, but she doesn't care having dishes around or extra stuff laying around. But that was all we had growing up. So now it's like, I want my house picture perfect, spotless. But I think now it's going the other way because now my kids are going to be like my mom. you know, like they're going to rebel the other way. But goddamn, they can be so lazy. I was just yelling at Charlie earlier. They just went to soccer practice. They'll be getting back soon. But I'm like, dude, look around this house. There's a box of Triscuits over there. Your dirty socks over there. Like, you're the messiest one in this house. And every excuse is like, oh, well, I didn't do it. It was hers. I'm like, oh my God. Well, I made your lunch and I didn't get to eat it. And like, I don't make 99% of the mess in this house, but I'm the one cleaning it up.
I know. My kids are late, especially Kieran's very lazy. I just did too much for him, like short of like wiping his butt. I mean, even like, I don't even, like too much.
Like, well, I might even still do that, but.
Okay, I know. I was like, well, let me like not say those words too quickly. But even still, Pat will complain about the house. And I'm like, when he leaves here after a week, I still clean it up because I'm like, I want the house to be a certain way. And I just like, I'll make him like put the clothes together. But same with the girls. Like, I make them clean their rooms. Then I go behind them and I clean. And Mike will be like, why do you always do that? I'm like, because I just want things a certain way. And my mom was not a cleaner. I did all that. So I have a certain way that I want it done because then I have anxiety when it's not done by Monday. I'm not like you where I'm like, we're not living in the museum.
Stop. It's not a museum.
You totally have a museum. It's a very beautiful museum though.
No, it's not. No, I've recently added some decor since you've been here because you put the pressure on Dave to like actually let me hang shit on the walls. No, but I can't. Like, there's something in my brain that I cannot sleep or function if there is chaos somewhere in the house. Like, my brain knows you're not going to sleep tonight, Jodie, until that's cleaned up.
No, I'm the same way. Like, I haven't been worrying as much about the downstairs because Mike's son has been home. So it's just been, I don't worry as much down there, but the floor I'm on, I worry about it more. Like, I won't be able to settle down to do website or prep for the podcast or my college work or anything until there's a load of laundry going and the upstairs is clean. Let me make sure at least this is clean. So when Mike leaves to go out of town, do you do like a cleaning of the house and get it like all like, this is the way I want it? Oh my God, I totally do. And I love that time. I love to be home alone cleaning. I like put my shows on too loud. I have a glass of wine. I like hum around. Everything smells good with the Febreze and the candles and I'm cleaning. And then like if one of my kids comes in, they're trying to like back up slowly without me noticing that they're coming in because they know that shit's about to get real because I'll start yelling like, if I'm cleaning, I don't want anybody sitting down. Like they know to scatter once I start.
I love that. Like when Dave goes out of town, and I think I'm trying to think back when we first got married and when the kids were really young, it was so hard when he would travel because it was, it's all on you. And when their kids are little, it is damn near impossible. And if you're in that stage, hang in there. It does get better. It gets so much better. And now I almost look forward.
House to the no. Now I'm like, when are you leaving again? Let me see that schedule over here. Can't you sign up for another trip?
Yeah. Now I look forward to it because I'm like, okay, I can get the house in a certain order. The kids and I have like a certain rhythm when he's gone, which a lot of the times means I don't make like a formal dinner. Not that I make a formal dinner, but you know what I mean? Like Triscuits and cheese and some apple slices for dinner.
I order the takeout he doesn't like.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's just like, it's great. And then it's like that adjustment when he comes home. It's like, what are you doing here?
Like, I know. Like everything was better when you were gone.
Right. Yeah, it's so different.
Well, I found out recently because I had a day off from work. And I found out recently because Mike always accuses me of like being shady and not telling him or whatever. I found out like 2 bitches in my office right by me. And I say bitches with like love and affection. These 2 bitches too were talking about how they're not telling their husbands, I'm off tomorrow. I'm not telling him.
Like, oh my God, that's brilliant. That is so smart.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So I'm not the only one that does that. Like that's my me time. It's not my me time and my productive time because I get a lot done when I'm solo. When you're not around,
No, I think that is totally okay because I don't think, this conversation is not the first nor last time anyone's going to have this conversation, but men and fathers, husbands, or partners in general, whoever the primary child caretaker is, the other person has no idea the amount of minutia that is being juggled by you and running through your brain 24/7. So if there is a moment when you have just yourself, I think that is absolutely fantastic. If you can do it and do whatever the hell you want. If it's going to Ulta to like go and even if you don't buy anything, that's like one of my favorite things to do. If I have whatever it is, an hour, go into Ulta, walk around, pretend like I'm going to buy something and walk out with nothing. But I just, there's no one needing me, no one bugging me. It's great.
I get like annoyed when people like to call me on their car ride. I feel like the car ride when I'm by myself is my time on my commute.
Yeah, you listen to your podcast.
I do. And I need to like de-stress when I go into work because I have anxiety. And then when I'm coming home, like that's my time to like, okay, what do I need to get done when I go leave work and stuff?
Yeah, see, well, now we're kind of going the opposite. So we used to live about 45 minutes to an hour away from Dave's home office. When I mean home office, I mean like his office, not, he doesn't have an office in the house. And now where we moved, it's like 11 minutes door to door, like from the time he gets in his car to the time that he's sitting down at his desk. And it's hard for him now that he doesn't have that decompression time, which means that it then becomes hard on me because he comes home and it's like he's not ready to be home.
No, I bet he's cranky because I come in too and I take a bath and Mike hates that because I'm like, I need 15 minutes to de-stress and like reprogram. And he's like, I wish I had decompression time. I'm like, go take a bath. You get home after I do, you know? But he, I think, more thrives off of, I want interaction. I want to talk to people. I want like, you know, he's like the puppy coming to the door, you know, like, hey, I haven't seen you in 8 hours, you know, where I'm like, I just want to be quiet. I need to like de-stress. I need to think.
Yeah. See, you and Dave would probably be better. Like me and Mike would be like, hey, actually, I don't know.
Me and Dave would never talk to each other.
But you guys would be like very happy.
We would never talk to each other. People would be like, when was the last time you talked to Dave? I'd be like, a week or 10 days?
That's probably like how I am now. I'm like, what? No, see, but I think the thought
he talks so slow that he started the conversation a week ago and it's still going.
And I'd be sitting there with Mike, like getting the whole rundown of the Declaration of Independence. I'd be like, In my mind, I'd just be thinking of like Vicky Gumbelson. Like, what would Vicky do?
Exactly. And you would be like getting a neck pain just from trying to like nod your head that you're like still listening.
No, you know, like it's so funny because I've had people be like, oh, like what is Dave like? And how's he like your podcasting or whatever? I'm like, I don't know. Like, we really don't even talk about it.
Oh, I know. They're like, what does Mr. Reality TV think about the podcast? You're like, does he know I do one?
No, he knows he's supportive, but like he doesn't give a shit about
Meanwhile,
what I'm, you know.
Meanwhile, I have Mike who's like, can't wait to come on the podcast. He like listens in. He like makes notes about it. He's like, you said this and you should have done that. Like, he can't wait for this thing to drop. And I keep telling him, I'm not telling you when, because he is so like, he is trolling, waiting to come on the show. He was going to send you a note on what topics I was not allowed to talk about concerning him. He wanted to have a joint conference with us. Like,
well, I totally agree with that because I think Mike is one of the smartest human beings on the planet. I think he's brilliant. I think he's incredibly supportive.
But you're totally kissing up because you know he's listening.
I just think he's the best. I think you guys should come to visit Chicago again. I would love to have dinner with him again. It was one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life.
You're a kiss up.
Quite frankly, Carrie, I think you are blessed. I think you should give him a back rub.
I'm going to hear about it within like 5 minutes. He'd be like, Jodie said you should give me a back rub.
No, you know what it is? I think Mike is awesome. But I think for me, like his personality is so intimidating because I've never had anyone in my life pay attention to what I'm saying as intently.
He was like really intent, right? Like, and he can repeat back everything you said to him. He's like photographic memory.
No, it's incredible. But like I'm just in general one of those type of people where I'm like, oh, hey, let's just say guys in general. Not that Mike and I are like a love connection, but
no,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know. I was talking about like me and Dave. Dave's are like.
Right. Okay. So like just guys in general, I was that type of girl where I'd be like crushing hard, like practicing the first and last name together, driving by the house like a freaking psychopath. And then as soon as they would show interest, oh, of course, duh. But as soon as they would show the slightest bit of interest or like wave, I'd be like, oh my God, they're a total freak. Did you see them? Like,
it
was just as soon as they would show interest, I was out.
Oh,
what is wrong with you, you freak?
I was the same exact way. That's why I married my ex-husband. Like, I basically tricked him into doing it and was like, I wanted to do cartwheels for his acceptance, and his notice. Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying that's not what I was supposed to do with Dave?
No, I did the same exact thing. Meanwhile, Mike is just like, tell me again, Jodie, you said this on this date and you told this story and now repeat that again. Like you're in a court of law with him.
Well, wait, how did you and Mike meet? Or do you not want to say?
The official story or the real, or like the unofficial? The unofficial story is Match.com.
Okay.
And he was away and he had I was like one of the only girl. He would always wait for the girls to talk to him. And I was like the only girl that he said hello to. And a few days later, I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, he has a nice smile. So I wrote him back. And then after that, it was just like, oh, you took the bait. I'm not going. He was going to reel me in whether I wanted to be or not. Once I was on that line.
Aww.
Like he even, when he bought, he would be totally, but he had heard a podcast I did, because I never told him I did a podcast, with a chick that was in London, and he actually tried to take me to London, and I said no. He went and bought front row seats to 21 Pilots, right? Was that the group, 21 Pilots? Front row tickets in New York, and I was like, no, I can't go. I can't take leave. He bought this house way bigger than what he needed it to be, thinking that I would want to move in here with my 3 kids. He bought a 5-bedroom house, and he only has his son was graduating in June and going to college. So he planned on me one day living in, he was not going to rest until I was courted and kept.
Carrie, you are Carrie and he is Mr. Big.
No, that's not. Mr. Big never liked Carrie. I married Mr. Big. That was my first. He's more what's the one that had the camp? The nice one. The furniture maker.
Oh, I forgot his name. I wasn't a huge Sex and the City fan, actually.
I was.
Okay, see, we're totally different. Mike is buying you a house and plane tickets to London, and Dave got me the chicken nacho appetizer at Chili's. This is not a joke. And I was like, done, sold, signed, sealed, delivered. I am yours.
The weekend, we were just friends, and the weekend, it was a little while after Kieran's accident, where he was stable and all that. And I had been driving 3 hours each way, to the hospital and stuff. And my first free weekend, he's like, just as friends, I will take you to Puerto Rico. Let me just take you to Puerto Rico. Put me up in the Ritz.
Fuck? Oh my God.
Separate beds, the whole thing. Ritz, club level. Took me horseback riding. Took me to a waterfall and was like, I love you. Wine and dine the entire weekend. And was just let me just take you away as your friend. The massages, the cabana, rented a cabana, the whole deal. To be let me just be your friend. I just want to help you. I just want to be there for you. You've been through a lot.
Okay, Carrie, this is supposed to be an uplifting podcast, and you're making me feel like I have the most depressing life ever.
Me though, he might be a quarter, but he's a very type A personality. So I get when he locks onto a mission, he locks on that mission, but it comes with that tenacity comes with a whole other set of issues. You're going to have issues no matter what. You know what I mean? And he'd be so embarrassed to even have me tell these stories. So Mike, if you're listening, you always want me to talk about you on the podcast. You got your way, but I can't be held responsible what I tell.
No worries, because Mike, if you're listening, you are Prince Charming, and wait till you hear this one. Okay. So our love story was, we were set up on a blind date, and I thought he was okay, he's normal, he's cute. He's not too into me, because that would freak me out.
He wants to be a youth guy, right?
Oh yeah, totally. So we talked on the phone like once or twice. I was like, hey, we should get together for whatever. And he would always invite other friends. And it was like the third or fourth time. And then I was like, I finally had to say, are you afraid to be alone with me? And then he was like, and then I think I invited him downtown to go to some party. And he was like, no, I don't like downtown. And I deleted him out of my phone. I was like, fuck this guy. Like,
too.
Yeah, if you're not that into me, like you're out. And I think that was a night we might have gotten like roofied because we passed out. But yeah, but eventually he called back. And then I think, yeah, I don't know, that we were just together. Like that's it. That's the romance of it all.
So you didn't really make him work for it? Or you did the work for him?
I was always, I think, like more into him than he was into me. But
I liked it that way.
What I was saying, I don't think that's necessarily bad because I know myself well enough that if someone were too into me, like I loved this one guy that was in a summer school class I was taking at in college. And I thought he was like so sweet, so nice. He was totally cute. He kind of reminded me, kind of looked Paul Rudd-ish. Mm-hmm. Which is typically not my type because, you know, like I need a bigger guy so I can feel thin. Mm-hmm. But he was thinner. He was totally sweet, totally nice. And I made some comment about, you know, those Swisher Sweets, like those little cigarette things. Mm-hmm. And I forgot, I made some weird off the collar, off the cuff, whatever that is, comment. And the next time he came to class next week, he brought a pack and he was smoking them. And all of a sudden for me, I was like, nope. Like weirdo. I know. And I still think that.
I was the same way too. I look back on some of the boys that liked me and that were sweet on me, and I was such an asshole because I was the same exact way. I married somebody who didn't like me. Like that was my jam. That's my sweet spot. So I'm not in any way. And then after I got divorced, I felt like very teenagerish with this pilot. And I mean, it was very teenagerish, like you know, really all the flirtation and the sweet stuff, but it was not meant to like last. It wasn't, you know. And after that, and even right before him too, I just became very aloof. Like I almost became like the guy that I was chasing, if that makes sense. I took on a lot of my ex-husband's traits of like indifference and aloofness, but that's like catnip on the dating scene when you're older. I don't know why, but
I cannot imagine going back to the dating.
Don't do it.
Oh, God. I was never good at it to begin with.
Yeah.
Like really, dating was my first and only serious relationship.
Do you ever
I never
feel
really
like
had like a boyfriend before. I don't know. You know what? Not really. But I think it's because, okay, you know me. You listen to the shit I say. Like I'm very critical. Like my douche radar for men is off the charts. So a lot of people just piss me off.
Yeah, between you and Craig, I was like, once you said you didn't like Craig, I was like, okay, this bitch can never be single because you would not have a good radar with men.
Oh no, I'm sure. I mean, come on, we all got issues we whatever bring into stuff. So, but I will watch the earlier seasons of Southern Charm and see if I can pick up why everyone likes him. But yeah, I don't know. I think. I mean, I went on dates and stuff and whatever. I wouldn't say like hooked up with guys, like hooked up because, come on, I'm a Catholic girl. I'm a total prude. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. Just everything would turn me off.
I can't see you with anyone other than Dave. And this is
because he's the only one who can put up with me. Let's be honest.
But you know what it is too, is I think sometimes, and I learned this as I got older, and I'm teasing, like, I think you would be a good judge of character. Like, I'm teasing you about Craig. Like, I think you'd be okay, like, single.
We're totally teasing each other.
Yeah, no, okay, we're good. I just want to make sure I'm front. I'm like, I was really just teasing with that remark. But I think that sometimes we focus on things that, like, I don't want to say like the dysfunction, but there's a certain dance to your relationship with whoever you're with. Like me and Mike, our dance is that he's very type A and he's always loves to chase me. And I am very more aloof, more free spirited. I'm more like sticking it to the man. And he's very challenged by that, you know, like you and Dave, he's more of like the strong, like lumbering, slow talking, Yeti guy, like, you know, sweet.
Does he really talk that slow? You keep saying that.
He's just like that sweet, like Midwestern, like, you know, gentle giant, you know, and you're like the fast talking, funny, free spirited.
Yeah, I like to boom,
sprite.
boom, boom, get to the point, get to the punch. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like the free spirited little sprite, like I think our differences become, or that like dynamic just becomes I don't know. It just becomes part of our identity. Like I just couldn't see you with anybody else. I think even if you were like, Dave let's say you say he never talks because he takes time to formulate his thoughts. And you were like,
okay, Carrie, we get it.
or Mike talks too much and takes too long to explain his point. But then you would be like, you would get it with somebody else and you'd be like, man, I really miss that like slow talking Midwestern.
Yeah. I would probably think that they were attention seeking or annoying.
Yeah. You can only be one star of the show. And Dave is definitely content with you being the star, or like me and Mike. Mike likes to lecture and maybe sometime I'm not even going to give him the satisfaction of saying I need to hear the lecture, but he's very supportive of me and my what I need. I just have to get the lecture
totally
with
is.
it.
There's something to the whole psychology of whether it's Freud or whatever psychologist or whatever school of thought you come from, that everyone brings their stuff in and you're attracted to things that feel normal to you. So whatever trauma or experiences or relationships you had with your mom, your dad, previous relationships, it's always going to go into who you're attracted to.
So was Dave more like your dad, your mom, or neither?
Probably my mom, I think. Yeah, I'd say probably my mom.
Really? How so?
They're super dedicated, committed to their family, but they're just not like super affectionate. Like they're just kind of like, they don't need like all the chit chat and whatever. They're like, cut the shit. Let's get straight to the point.
Yeah.
Kind of
and then
thing.
We're out here like, can I have a hug?
Yeah, exactly. I remember I used to tell my mom, like, can I have like a 2-arm hug? Cause she'd be like, okay, come here. Like, but I mean, now as a mom, I get it. Like it was nothing. She was not like cold or anything, but she had 4 kids and my parents got divorced when I was in high school. She worked from the time I was in kindergarten, first grade. Like, like she had to be working her ass off, full-time job, 4 young kids. I totally get it. She had marriage issues going on. You don't have time for all that lovey-dovey, like, let's go to the PTA meeting and roller skating party together, You
were such a cute kid, though. I saw pictures.
What? Where'd you see pictures of me? Oh, God.
I saw them, and you were a stinking cute kid.
I think I was cute until I dove into a pool when I was 9 and I broke my nose and didn't know it. and then like just the bump was there.
You fell off the pretty tree?
Oh yeah. And I just hit every branch on the way down. Yeah. No, my nose, it never healed. And I told my parents, I'm like, my nose really hurts, but we were on a road trip and they're like, you're fine. And sure enough, I broke my fucking nose. Aww. And
I broke my nose too. I was in that same club.
But I had sinus surgery and the guy wouldn't give me a nose job with it. Like I legitimately had a deviated septum and he had to chip off a bone spur inside. I'm like, you couldn't have shaved it down while you were in there. What the hell is this? Yeah,
you definitely did not flirt enough with that doctor. Or like,
ew.
Or at least bat your eyelashes that you needed a little extra.
Ew, no, I was like 16, 17, and he was going on 150.
Oh, I thought you were like in your 20s. I would have been like crying, like, I could never walk down the aisle with this nose.
No, I think it was on like spring break, my freshman or sophomore year of college. It was when I ended up getting it done. And that is the worst surgery ever. Worse than childbirth.
I had it on my throat and my nose at the same time. And when I was in the hospital that weekend, the nurses didn't get the memo to give me liquids. So they gave me like grilled cheese after I had stitches in my throat. I like put the doctor was so mad when he came in on Monday because he's like, you could have ripped all that stitches.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was very self-conscious of my nose. Like I had a lot of issues with my appearance in high school. So I'm definitely not talking like I feel for anybody that has anything that they're uncomfortable.
So they did shave yours down?
Yeah.
You got like, oh my God, I'm so jealous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was, you know what it was? It was right after 9/11. This sounds terrible. It was right out, and I was so self-conscious. I was like, And again, I don't think when I look at other people's noses that they're ever as bad as what I thought mine was. Like Naomi from Southern Charm, I thought she looked gorgeous with her nose. Like I was so self-conscious of my nose, and that would always be the first thing I would notice on other people. And I wouldn't let anybody see my profile.
Okay, Carrie. So my husband talks slow, and you're telling me I have a big nose, but you don't notice it. Okay.
No, I think you're really pretty. That's why I think it's so funny when I wanted to like post more pictures of our trip, because I'm like, you are so pretty.
Hell no. Oh, shut up. No.
I just think it's so
keep going.
And your husband talks slow because he's Midwestern.
That's sweet of you.
He's really polite. He lets me and you do all the talking.
Oh my God, it's a good thing he doesn't listen to these.
If he could get a word in edgewise. I think he's really sweet. To be honest with you, I pictured him, because he is cute. Like, I don't want to say cute, like I'm not hitting on Dave, but when I'm saying like how I think like Charlie looks like him, and then when you explain like when we talk about Charlie, I just picture Dave being kind of like he's kind of boyish looking, and he gets really excited about his job, and like I just think that's cute and boyish. Do you know what I mean? Where meanwhile, Mike is telling you he's like running for office and telling you how he's picking up, Hillary Clinton's shoes on the plane and stuff. Like it's a different like vibe.
Oh, I was like salivating over that story. You have no idea. I'm like,
I've never heard the story that you picked up her shoe. Like,
oh, I loved it.
For the listeners, Mike would sometimes have to do details when I think it was diplomats or the president or whatever, or they would ever come in and out. And he had to stand at attention at the line because he was the commanding officer. And one time her shoe dropped and he picked it up and he basically gave it to her like she was Cinderella. And
she said, Carrie, I remember this story now.
I remember it because I don't listen to half the stuff he says.
See, Mike, I listen when you talk, unlike other people.
Yeah, because he talks a lot. Where Dave talks slow, that's my speed. I can get everything he's saying.
No, her shoe fell off her foot, and he was like, oh gosh, do I stand at attention still, or do I go and get the shoe and help her put it back on? And he helped her put it back on, and she said, I guess you're my Prince Charming.
You were totally fangirling in that moment. You were swooning.
I love these kind of stories. Like politics aside, any of the whole, you saw where I live. I live in the Midwest, just whatever generic Midwest town. So hearing all this DC military government stuff is fascinating.
Oh yeah. Some stuff has been going on lately at his job. He like the other day, he just left the White House. So I won't get into it, but yeah, he's definitely a little bit closer to it than I am. I'm more like, I was like, oh, there goes the president's plane, because my office overlooks it. So I'm just like, well, there he goes. It's Friday. Yep, he's gone,
Like you're saying that like it's boring. And meanwhile, I've been looking out at the guys digging up my street for the past 3 weeks outside my window, like, oh, there they go, all excited.
Well, I can't wait until you come and we can go try to stake out Biden.
Oh, God, he is so dreamy.
Delaware? Maybe, is he back in Delaware? I know where Obama still is in D.C. Like, I know the neighborhood, the street he lives on, but we could go stake out Biden.
Joe Biden and those kind eyes. Oh, I could just get lost in there.
Oh, he's I have such an old man crush on him.
I think he just needs like a really good hug.
See, Mike says I have grandfather issues. He says, you don't have daddy issues. He's like, but you like old people. I do. He's so dreamy.
He is dreamy. But don't you want him just to like cry on your shoulder about Bo and talk about military families?
Well, his ex-wife died, right? Or not his ex-wife, his first wife.
Yes.
So sad.
But then I'm just saying recently with Bo, he needs someone.
Yeah.
And Jill.
Well, I told you I saw them at the USO, right? They came out and saw us.
Rubbing in.
We're totally going to get arrested by Secret Service. If you're listening, Mike, don't report us, okay?
Secret Service. Ooh, I like this.
I know Mike would totally report us too, because he's so by the book. He would totally be like, I'm going to have to turn you and Jodie in.
Michael, I'm the one who thinks that you're very smart and you're very romantic and you're a great partner.
I know.
Don't turn me in. I will have two very hungry and very badly dressed children if you turn it in.
Meanwhile, like with Dave, I'm like, I talked all this shit about him talking slow, which I find very endearing, by the way, which I know you're never going to listen to this, Dave, but I find it endearing. And meanwhile, I'm not worried about Dave turning us in. If anything, how would we get punished by Dave?
Yeah, we wouldn't. He's not going to listen to it. Love you. All right. So Carrie, well, besides dissing my husband all night, what is your...
It's so endearing.
I'm just joking. Totally joking, everyone. Okay. So what is your... Do you have a goal for this week?
My goal is to... No, can you give me a goal? I need a goal. I need some direction in my life. Oh, I'm going to find out. I know what it is. I'm going to figure out what I want to be when I grow up because I'm putting in my retirement paperwork. So I have less than a year. So I need to figure out if anybody has suggestions for any good master's programs because I'm about like through 3/4 into my master's and I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with it. So I need a new direction. If anybody has any ideas of what I should be when I grow up, we can take a little Facebook poll.
Yeah. What is your current master's is in what is the word?
I know, I can't say it. It sounds like epidural. Let's just call it public health, the study of disease. Let's just call it that. Because I can't say the word.
Learn about epidural.
If I'm going to get a master's...
Epidemiology?
Yeah.
Something.
If I'm going to get a master's in something, I should be able to say the word. Like, know how to say it.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah. I would suggest that. Okay, so you're going to look into master's programs. I think mine is going to be, oh my gosh. You know what? I have to figure out what my summer routine schedule is going to be and just settle into it and make it because now the kids are going to be home. You know, I'm used to plugging in 30 or 40 hours in the podcast every week just with watching the shows and keeping up on everything. So got to figure that out and just stick to it. Make a schedule, stick to it. Very exciting stuff.
Good luck on that one.
Yeah. And you know what? Wait, just a really fun one. I think I'm going to try to check out maybe not a full episode, but maybe some segments of The Bachelorette.
Oh, is Bachelor in Paradise coming out?
I don't know. Yeah, you love that show.
I will totally
I'm not sure
talk
if it
about
is yet.
that
It might be
on here if that comes out.
It might be when the season ends.
Because Mike gets mad now because he's like a big fat baby that he gets mad when things can't be like he wants to binge everything now. And I'm like, no, they come out once a week, you know? And then he gets upset too, like Bachelor at Paradise. He got really mad because I got halfway through like the season 2 and I didn't finish it, but I had already seen the other part of it. So he thought like he accused me of going ahead in it.
Mike, it's opposite day. Carrie really just meant all that meant I really love when he does that because she found it really endearing. So don't report us. That was Carrie. Carrie at sipandShinePodcast.com, not Jodie.
If you want to find Jodie, she's at RealiTV Pod. You might want to check out her stuff. Maybe there's some 90 Day Fiancé stuff on her Twitter you might want to look into, State Department.
That's right. That's right. It's at RealiTV Pod. And Facebook, Twitter would be what I'm trying to say, and Instagram.
You got to talk about your Facebook group.
Well, I was just going to say that. Oh my gosh, great minds think alike. I was just going to say, if you like talking about reality TV things and anywhere from Housewives to Little Women series, everything in between, everything on TLC, basically. If you go on Facebook and facebook.com/groups/RealiTV Pod, basically RealiTV Pod anywhere, you'll find RealiTV Orchard of Snark. And that's our closed Facebook group. So no one can hear or see or listen to anything that you are saying about your passion for reality TV. So come and join. I just look and make sure that you're not, someone looking for a 90-day visa green card, and I'll let you right in. How about you, Carrie? Where else can we find you?
I'm at Sip and Shine Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I do have a little tiny Facebook group I just launched. But it's like the little engine that could. right now. So I'm not, but I'm definitely plugging yours because yours is very enjoyable. And you also have 2 subgroups with documentaries and true crime. So that's really cool too. So if you're not just into reality TV, they also have 2 other genres. So I like scouting those out too. So I'm kind of plugging yours, even though they're not mine.
Yeah, you are. I have to like pay you, like work it, show a little leg.
I love being a little bit of PR. I'm like the other night I met somebody that I was like, maybe this could get Dave to get, get transferred over here. And maybe I need to I was like hitching up my skirt. I'm like, oh, tell me more. I don't think she's interested though.
Oh, dang it. Oh, well, thank you for that. Maybe that's your new master's program.
Oh, I know.
Public relations.
Yeah.
You can do it. All right. Well, until next week, keep sipping on your cocktails. Hopefully you don't have too much carpooling left, and hopefully not too much longer in the week of your careering. Weekend is near. And help us out with an outro, right?
Yeah, don't let that glass go empty. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I got this week.